Hello there, my friend. It's really good to have you here. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever tried to reach for something on a shelf or maybe put on a shirt, and suddenly that tight, nagging pain in your shoulder stops you in your tracks? You pause. You wince. You wonder, why is this happening now? Maybe you didn't even lift anything heavy. Maybe it just started one day. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know, you're not alone. Many men and women over 55 quietly carry shoulder pain like it's just part of aging. But it doesn't have to be that way. And today we're going to talk gently and honestly about what's really happening and how to bring healing and relief into your life, one simple step at a time. See, shoulder pain isn't just about the joint itself. It's about how your whole body and your mind have adapted to stress, to movement, and sometimes to neglect. As the years pass, it's easy to push your body to the background, especially when you're always caring for someone else. Children, grandchildren, a partner, or just managing the house and daily errands. Somewhere along the way, your body starts whispering. Then one day it shouts. The shoulder is a beautiful, complicated part of us. It gives us reach, freedom, embrace. But it's also one of the most vulnerable joints, especially after 55. Why? Because it's not just bones and muscles, it's tendons, ligaments, soft tissues, all of them working together like a symphony. And if one part goes off key, maybe from years of poor posture, stress, or simple underuse, it can lead to stiffness, pain, and even sleepless nights. Now, before we talk about specific healing methods, let's acknowledge something deeper. When we hurt physically, especially after a certain age, it doesn't just stay in the body. It touches how we feel about ourselves. You may start avoiding simple things you used to enjoy. You might feel a little more fragile, maybe even embarrassed when you can't open a jar or reach up to hug someone tall. It's okay to admit that. Pain can chip away at confidence, but the beautiful truth is healing restores it. So let's begin with the first step toward that healing: awareness through gentle movement. You don't need fancy equipment or intense workouts. In fact, for sore shoulders, that can make things worse. What you need is reconnection. Try this. Sit in a quiet room, feet flat on the ground. Close your eyes. Slowly begin to roll your shoulders in slow, gentle circles. Forward 5 times, then backward 5 times. Move like you're stirring warm tea with your shoulders, not lifting weights. As you do this, notice what you feel. Is one shoulder tighter than the other? Is there a click or a stretch that surprises you? That's your body talking. It's not broken. It's asking for attention, not punishment. Just 3 minutes of this each morning can start to restore mobility and blood flow, and more importantly, it rebuilds trust between your mind and your body. Let's talk now about something we often forget: inflammation. When we're young, the body recovers fast. But after 55, inflammation tends to linger. You may not even notice it at first. It's like a slow fog that settles into the joints. It shows up as swelling, tightness, stiffness, and yes, pain. And here's something we often overlook: what you eat matters. Especially now. The shoulder joint, just like your knees, hands, or hips, responds to what you put inside your body. Foods that are high in processed sugars, artificial fats, and too much salt can quietly increase inflammation. But foods like berries, turmeric, walnuts, and oily fish like salmon, they help bring that swelling down. Even one anti-inflammatory smoothie a day, blended with blueberries, spinach, flaxseed, and a dash of turmeric, can be a powerful tool. Not because it's trendy, but because it's simple, natural nourishment that your shoulder joints have been quietly craving for years. So, once you begin reconnecting with your shoulder through gentle movement, and you begin feeding your joints with what truly supports them, something interesting starts to shift. You feel a little less stiff in the morning. Maybe you sleep better. Maybe you smile more when you reach for that cup in the cabinet and realize, it didn't hurt today. It's not a miracle. It's not overnight. But it is absolutely possible. And that's the beauty of this stage in life. You've gained wisdom, patience, and resilience. Your body may need more care now, but it will still respond with grace and strength when given the chance. Let's keep going deeper into this. There's another piece of this healing journey that most people never talk about, but it might just be the most important of all. You know, we spend a lot of time trying to fix pain, but very few of us pause to understand what the pain might be trying to tell us. Especially shoulder pain, it often arrives not because we did something wrong, but because we stopped doing something right. Here's the truth that often gets overlooked. After 55, your muscles need kindness, not force. Many people make the mistake of believing that to reduce pain, they need to stretch harder, push further, or start lifting weights. But that kind of thinking often leads to more harm than healing. What your shoulders are often craving is consistency, not intensity. One of the simplest, most powerful practices you can bring into your life is a daily warm compress. Nothing fancy. Just a warm towel or a heating pad placed gently over your shoulder for 15 to 20 minutes each evening. It relaxes the muscles, loosens the joint capsule, and improves circulation. More importantly, it's a ritual of self-care. It sends a message to your body: I'm listening. I'm here for you. And don't underestimate how deeply that matters. Many people in their 50s and 60s are living with silent burdens. Old regrets, stored emotions, unspoken grief. These things don't just stay in the mind. They live in the body too. Especially in places like the shoulders where we carry our stress. So sometimes the ache is more than physical. Sometimes it's the weight of what we haven't released. That's why slow, mindful movement can become a kind of medicine. Try this just once a day. Stand next to a wall. Place your fingers lightly against it and walk them upward slowly like little legs until you feel a gentle stretch in the shoulder. Stop before pain. Breathe there. Then slowly walk your fingers back down. This wall walk exercise takes less than 2 minutes, but it builds strength, mobility, and trust between you and your shoulder. And as you do it, stay present. Don't rush. Let it be a moment of connection, not correction. Now let's talk about posture. As we age, we tend to hunch forward. It's not intentional. It happens subtly over time, from working at a desk, using a phone, or even protecting ourselves emotionally. Shoulders begin to round in. The chest closes. And suddenly the shoulder joint doesn't move freely anymore. That limited motion creates tightness, and tightness leads to pain. But the beautiful thing is, posture can be gently retrained. One of the simplest ways? Stand with your back against a wall, heels touching the baseboard. Slowly pull your shoulder blades down and back as if you're tucking them into your back pockets. Breathe. Feel the openness across your chest. This position tells your shoulder, you're safe. You're supported. You can relax now. Do this for just a few minutes each day, and over time, you'll notice your natural posture begin to improve. And with that comes relief, not just in your shoulder, but in your breathing, your energy, and even your mood. Speaking of energy, there's something else we need to talk about: sleep. A lot of folks over 55 experience something strange. Their shoulder pain gets worse at night. You finally lie down to rest, and suddenly there it is, that nagging, deep ache. It makes you toss and turn, and before you know it, you're exhausted the next morning. One reason for this is compression. The shoulder joint is being pressed in ways it wasn't meant to be, especially if you're a side sleeper. Try placing a soft pillow in front of your chest and gently hugging it. This keeps the shoulder in a more neutral, relaxed position. You might be surprised how much better you sleep with this one simple change. Also, check your mattress. If it's too firm or too soft, it can put uneven pressure on your shoulders and neck. Sometimes, investing in a small shoulder support pillow or mattress topper can make all the difference in the world. Now here's something you may not have heard before, but it's quietly powerful. Laughter, joy, lightness of spirit. They actually reduce the intensity of pain. Why? Because when we laugh, the brain releases endorphins, natural painkillers that help your body relax and heal. So make time for the things that lift your spirit. Watch something funny. Talk to a friend who brings out your smile. Spend time with a grandchild or take a slow walk in the park. Healing isn't only about the joint. It's about the soul. And when your spirit feels light again, your body starts to follow. And when that sense of clarity begins to grow, the next shift becomes even more natural. You stop bracing for pain. You stop fearing movement. You begin to trust your body again, little by little. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about remembering that even now, especially now, you are capable of feeling strong, supported, and whole. And there's still one more powerful shift we haven't talked about yet. Something that often gets left out in conversations about pain, but could be the very key to lasting relief. You've come this far. You've listened, reflected, maybe even felt a few memories rise to the surface. That's part of the healing. Because the truth is, pain, especially shoulder pain after 55, doesn't just need treatment. It needs understanding. There's one final piece I want to offer you today, and it may not be what you expect. It's gentle patience with yourself. You see, most of us spent years believing healing had to be fast or dramatic or visible. We're so used to rushing, fixing everything instantly, that when pain lingers we get frustrated. We blame ourselves. We think something's wrong with us. But the truth is, your body isn't failing you. It's calling you. It's asking you to slow down and listen. It's saying, let's reconnect. And sometimes the greatest healing comes not from doing more, but from doing things more kindly. That might mean stepping away from hard expectations and allowing your shoulder to rest, without guilt. It might mean practicing 5 minutes of stillness in the morning, just breathing, noticing your posture, giving your body space to be felt. It might mean forgiving yourself for all the times you ignored what you were feeling, physically and emotionally. And here's something beautiful. When you begin showing up for your body with love, your body begins responding with trust. Slowly, but surely. Now I want to tell you something from the heart. No matter how long you've lived with pain, no matter how many times you've been told, it's just part of getting older, you are not stuck. Your body may have changed, but it's still yours. It still wants to heal. It still wants to move, reach, embrace, carry, dance, love. Don't let anyone take that hope from you, not even your past. Start where you are, right here, today. Even if it's just rolling your shoulders for a minute while waiting for the kettle to boil. Even if it's simply smiling when you look in the mirror and saying, I'm working on it. That counts. That matters. That's how healing begins. And remember, there's no shame in needing support. Whether it's a physical therapist, a gentle yoga class, or simply a friend who listens when you say, it's been hurting lately, you don't have to carry this alone. This chapter of your life is still full of possibilities, full of healing, full of strength, not the kind that pushes through pain, but the kind that honors it, that listens, that respects what the body has carried all these years. So here's my wish for you right now, that you wake up tomorrow and stretch without fear, that you reach up and feel relief, not resistance, that your shoulder, this precious, powerful part of you, becomes a source of freedom, not frustration, that you feel light again, capable again, alive again. And if this video spoke to you, even in a small way, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me how you're feeling. Share something that helped you. Or simply say hello. This space is for you. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button. It helps us reach more wonderful people just like you. And subscribe if you want more warm, honest conversations about healing, vitality, and living well after 55. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to move freely. And most of all, you deserve to feel at home in your body again. That's all for this video. You have a great time, friends. Take care of your shoulders and take care of yourself. We'll talk again soon.